Hi guys, and welcome to the second episode of The College Programmer. Today we'll be talking about variables, creating a new project, and creating a class and main method. I won't go too in depth about the class or method because we'll save that for a later time, but it is required to see the coding of the variables that I'm going to go over today. So the first thing I want to do is actually just define a variable, and a loose definition will be that it's used to hold values for data types. And our data types will be these five that I'm going to go over right here. There are more, but these are the main ones that you'll use quite often. Most of the time we have integer, double, character, boolean, string. Within the parentheses is how it's denoted. So for an integer, just like in math, is a whole number. We have 570, 345. It could be 1, 2, negative 835. Then you have a double, which is basically your decimals if you want to create a decimal variable that holds a decimal, but it also can hold an integer. Like we can put 10 in there. We also can put 10.0, but they both work, and both of these we can have a negative number. For a character, we'll denote it as char, just like what you see here, a single character, AJH, boolean, true or false, string. You can say it's a string of characters. And the next thing I want to talk about is declaration versus initialization. And this is a very important concept to grasp now if you're just starting to program. Declaration is basically, for a simple definition, creating a variable of some type. So we have a variable type followed by a variable name. Our three examples here are int, called x, double, y, string, z. Initialization, on the other hand, is taking the variable type, or the variable we created, and assigning it a value. So we can say char a equals character h, or boolean b equals true. And we'll see it when we get into programming. Next, I want you all to open up NetBeans. I know that was quick going over those definitions, and if it was too quick, you can go back, rewind, watch it again. But these two are big definitions to understand now, and these five data types are really huge. You'll be using them a lot. So I'm going to open NetBeans, and now we're going to create a project. So we're going to go to new project, file, new project, Java application, next. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call mine TC Programmer. Just pick a project location. It doesn't matter. You can leave these unchecked. Click finish. Next thing we want to do is create a class, and we'll go here, double click source packages, and right click the default package, go to new Java class. You get a warning that it's not recommended to create a class in the default, but we shouldn't worry about that right now. Variable will be my class name, variables, click finish. Don't worry about what's generated here. The compiler doesn't recognize that. It's all commented out. The next big thing is to create a public main method, and to do this we'll do public static void main string args. And so the string args is within parentheses. Args is followed by brackets, and the whole method is followed by curly brackets. So now let's declare three variables. This is random. I'm gonna just do three random variables. Int. I'm gonna use what I had earlier. Int x, double y, string z. And what we did is we created an integer called x. That's it. And the same thing goes here. We declared or created a double, and its name is y. We created a string, and its name is z. The next thing we're gonna do is initialize a character in Boolean. So let's work with initializing things. So char high, we'll call it high, equals single quotations a, and then we'll do Boolean by equals true. So what we did here is we initialized char. I just put character called high to a. So here we have a character that actually holds a value, and this value is the character a. But what if we declared a variable like up here and we didn't initialize it? So we just declared it. How do we initialize it after we declared it? So you might be writing something and you declare some variables and you don't have to use it until somewhere further down in your code, and you don't need to initialize it way up here. So now we're gonna initialize variables already declared. And to do this, all we have to do is type the variable name, make it equal to the correct variable type, and that's it. We cannot do this though. We cannot do this because it's gonna say that it's already defined. So all we have to do is get rid of that and write it like this. And I'm gonna make this a decimal. And string z is going to equal remember this, double quotation for a string, single quotation for a character. And that's basically it for this video. I did kind of go fast. I'm trying to keep the video short, but making sure to hit the main points. So if I went fast, you could just rewatch it and watch it until you get it, because these concepts are really the base and foundation that we're gonna build on. In next video we'll be talking about operands, so plus, minus, dividing, and then we're going to talk about printing statements so we can see that x actually equals 5. So we'll be talking about systemout.print, and that should be another short video as well. And after that video, it will become a little bit more complex. We'll get into if statements and loops, and really focusing on this as a main part of those two concepts, booleans. But thanks again for watching the second video of the College Programmer. I will see you all next time. Thank you.